Welcome everyone to another electrifying episode of Tinfoil Conspiracy. Today we have a very special guest.
That's right, Miss Tomlin. Joining us is the enigmatic White Rabbit. Buckle up, folks.
Thank you for having me. Let's dive into the rabbit hole, shall we?
Oh, I love a good rabbit hole. But first, tell us, what's the one thing people get wrong about conspiracies?
They think it's all about secret meetings in dark rooms. It's not. It's about patterns. Patterns hiding in plain sight.
Patterns? Like the way tech billionaires all seem to vacation in the same obscure islands?
Exactly. But it's deeper than that. You have to understand the language of control.
Language of control? Sounds like my old principal's morning announcements.
Think algorithms, think data. They're not just tools, they're the new chains.
Chains? That's a bit dramatic, don't you think?
Not when you realize they predict your every move. Free will? It's a myth.
Wait, are you saying my online shopping habits are preordained?
Precisely. And that's just the tip of the iceberg.
All right, so what's the prerequisite to understanding all this? Give us the starter pack.
First, question everything. Second, follow the money. Third, learn to decode the symbols.
Symbols like the ones on dollar bills?
Exactly. But also corporate logos, architecture, even pop culture.
So, my favorite cereal mascot could be part of some grand conspiracy?
Laugh all you want, but yes, it's all about conditioning.
Conditioning? Like Pavlov's dogs, but with jingles and hashtags?
Exactly. And once you see it, you can't unsee it.
All right, White Rabbit, you've got us intrigued. What's the next step?
The next step is to connect the dots. But be warned, it's not for the faint of heart.
Oh, I'm ready. Zach, are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be. Let's see how deep this rabbit hole goes. How do I feel about being in this show? Well, that's a loaded question, isn't it? I mean, it's not every day you get to be a pawn in someone else's tech utopia fantasy. Oh, sorry, did I say pawn? I meant visionary collaborator. You know, they told me this would be groundbreaking, revolutionary even. But here I am, standing in a lodge that smells like pine and desperation. And let's not forget the cameras, always watching, always judging. It's like being in a Black Mirror episode, but with worse lighting. Do I sound bitter? Maybe I am. But can you blame me? They promised innovation and all I see is a glorified reality show. Oh, and the team-building exercises? Don't even get me started. Apparently, trust falls are the key to disrupting the industry. But hey, at least the catering is decent. If you consider kale chips and quinoa bowls decent, you know, I used to think I was special, that I had something unique to offer. But now I realize I'm just another cog in the machine. A machine that's powered by buzzwords and venture capital. And let's not forget the endless pitches. Synergy this, disruption that. It's like they think if they say it enough, it'll actually mean something. But you know what? Maybe I'm the fool for expecting more. Maybe this is all there is. A never-ending cycle of hype and disappointment. But hey, at least it makes for good TV, right? And isn't that what really matters? So yeah, that's how I feel about being in this show. Thanks for asking.
You know what's funny? Everyone keeps asking about the whole Dondelfart thing. I guess it's time to finally tell that story. So there I was, fresh out of my third failed startup. The one where I tried to create an AI-powered toaster that would predict your breakfast preferences. I'd just discovered this amazing YouTube channel about machine learning. Totally revolutionary stuff. Well, revolutionary to me, since I'd basically learned coding from Programming for Dummies. During my first week here at TI, I pitched this groundbreaking idea for an AI system that would automatically generate documentation. Spoiler alert, ChatGPT already existed. But here's where it gets interesting. I'd been working late one night, absolutely crushing energy drinks, trying to debug this mess of copied Stack Overflow code. The team had just switched to ClickUp. God, I hate ClickUp. And I was trying to figure out how to automate my daily stand-ups so I wouldn't have to actually attend them. I'd found this sketchy API on GitHub that promised to handle everything. Should have known better when the repository was called Totally Not Malware, Trust Me. So there I am, running this script, when suddenly my computer starts making this sound. Like a dolphin having an existential crisis while riding a unicycle. And then, well, let's just say the combination of energy drinks, late night tacos, and sheer panic had some unfortunate physiological consequences. The whole office heard both sounds simultaneously. The dolphin death cry from my computer and my personal contribution to the audio landscape. Someone shouted, "Did that dolphin just fart?" And before I could explain, another genius yelled, "No, that's just Rob's code mixed with his digestion. He's the Dondelfart." The worst part? The script actually worked. Kind of. It automated my stand-ups all right, but it kept reporting that I was achieving quantum productivity through dolphin-based algorithms. For weeks, every time I walked into a meeting, someone would make dolphin noises. The CEO even got in on it. Started calling our efficiency metrics the Dondelfart Index. You know what though? I've learned to embrace it. Sure, it's not the tech legacy I imagined for myself, but at least people remember me. Besides, that incident taught me an important lesson. Never trust code from a repo that uses emojis in its security warnings. And honestly, who hasn't accidentally created a marine mammal-themed audio virus while trying to skip meetings? I mean, that's just standard developer stuff, right? The funny thing is, now whenever someone needs a quick automation hack, they come to me. They're like, "Hey Dondelfart, got any sketchy scripts that might destroy our infrastructure?" I've even added it to my LinkedIn profile under special skills, accidental sound effect generation, and advanced meeting avoidance techniques. Last week, I actually got a job offer from a startup. They said they needed someone with my unique ability to create chaos with innovative solutions. I turned it down though, because here's the thing about nicknames. Sometimes they're not just jokes. Sometimes they're like unit tests. They show you exactly where you went wrong and how far you've come. Plus, I've got a new AI project I'm working on. It's going to revolutionize the way we think about, well, I probably shouldn't say too much. Let's just say it involves teaching neural networks to recognize different types of workplace sound signatures. What could possibly go wrong?
So, Nerdlinger, yeah, that's a name I didn't exactly choose. It all started back in college, during this hackathon. You know, one of those 48-hour caffeine-fueled marathons where everyone's trying to outcode each other. I was deep in the zone, debugging some spaghetti code that was supposed to revolutionize, I don't know, parking meters or something. And this guy, let's call him Chad, because of course his name was Chad, leans over and says, "Dude, you're such a nerdlinger." At first I thought, is that a compliment, an insult, some weird hybrid? But then the whole room started laughing, and I realized, yeah, it wasn't exactly meant to be flattering. I mean, I get it. I was wearing a Linux t-shirt, quoting XKCD comics and drinking Mountain Dew like it was holy water. But you know, it stuck. Like, really stuck. By the end of the hackathon, even the judges were calling me Nerdlinger. And here's the thing. At first, I hated it. Like, really hated it. It felt like this giant neon sign pointing out every awkward, geeky thing about me. But then, over time, I started to, I don't know, own it. Like, yeah, I'm a nerdlinger. I can debug your code, optimize your database, and still have time to crush you in Mario Kart. It became less of a label and more of a badge of honor, I guess. But, you know, it's funny. Even now, years later, I still hear it sometimes. Like last week during a sprint review, someone slipped and called me Nerdlinger instead of Jake. And I just laughed it off, but inside I was like, wow, this thing has legs. It's weird how a dumb nickname can follow you around like a stray cat. But, you know, I think it's also a reminder, like, yeah, I'm a nerd, so what? I mean, nerds run the world now, right? So, yeah, that's the story of Nerdlinger. Not exactly a superhero origin story, but it's mine. And honestly, I wouldn't trade it for anything. So, like, the producers approached me about being in this show, right? And at first I was totally skeptical because, you know, mainstream media is basically just a tool of the corporate oligarchy. But then I realized this could be my platform to disrupt the system from within. Like a digital age Gandhi, but with better hair care techniques. I mean, here I am, standing in this temple of capitalism, spreading my message of conscious entrepreneurship and alternative lifestyle choices to the masses. My character? Oh man, they didn't even have to write one. This is pure, unfiltered, authentic me. I'm basically playing myself, but like, with better lighting. Sure, some people might say I'm appropriating Rastafarian culture. But they just don't understand that my dreads are a symbol of my spiritual journey through Silicon Valley's startup ecosystem. Did you know I actually pitched a blockchain-based fair trade kombucha marketplace to Y Combinator? They said it wasn't, what did they call it, commercially viable. But that's exactly the kind of narrow-minded thinking this show is exposing. We're disrupting the disruptors, man. Meta disruption. The best part? They're paying me in cryptocurrency. I mean, technically they offered real money, but I insisted on Dogecoin. It's about sending a message. People ask me, Alan, isn't this show making fun of tech culture? And I'm like, that's such a binary way of thinking. We're creating a quantum superposition of satire and sincerity. My character arc is beautiful, actually. In episode 3, I launch a meditation app that helps overworked programmers achieve mindfulness through virtual reality microdosing. The app failed spectacularly, but that's because the market wasn't ready for that level of consciousness elevation. Plus, the FDA had some really unchill opinions about digital psychedelics. I've actually been developing this really revolutionary idea while filming. It's like Uber, but for sharing different varieties of homemade kombucha. We call it kombuba. Hold up. Security's giving me that look again. Just because I'm filming in a bank lobby wearing hemp doesn't make me suspicious. This is exactly the kind of systemic bias we're fighting against. But you know what? That's the beauty of this show. We're holding up a mirror to society. A blockchain-verified, fair trade, organic mirror. Oh man, wait until you see the episode where I organize a silent disco meditation protest against Web 2.0 at Burning Man. It's transformative. The producers wanted me to cut my dreads for the season finale, but I told them, my hair is my NFT. It's unique, non-fungible, and probably worth millions to the right collector. I'm actually working on tokenizing each individual dread. Think about it. Distributed hair ownership on the blockchain. It's the future of personal grooming. Sir, I can see you reaching for that security button. Just remember, every act of resistance against my disruptive presence here is being recorded for our documentary spin-off series. Wait, what do you mean this is a private property? The blockchain has taught us that nothing is truly private. Everything should be decentralized, even bank lobbies. Oh wow, they're actually calling the real police now. This is perfect content for our show. The raw intersection of traditional authority structures with new paradigm thinking. Before they escort me out, I just want to say, being on this show has really validated my choice to drop out of my CS degree at Stanford to become a digital nomad shaman. And if anyone's interested in my upcoming masterclass on mindful disruption, the Zen of startup culture, you can find me on, hey, careful with the hemp, it's artisanal.
Being a character in this show? Where do I even start? It's like being trapped in a simulation within a simulation, you know? Layers upon layers of nonsense. I mean, I've always suspected the Matrix was real, but this is next level meta. And the junk shop? Oh, perfect setting, right? Surrounded by the discarded dreams of capitalism. But hey, at least I'm not in some sterile tech office with kombucha on tap. No, I get the irony. I'm the guy who glitches the Matrix, and now I'm the glitch. But let's be real, this show isn't about me, it's about them. The tech bros, the venture capitalists, the disruptors. Disruptors. They're the real characters, aren't they? I'm just the guy pointing out the cracks in their shiny facades. And let me tell you, those facades, they're held together with duct tape and hope. But here's the kicker, I'm not even sure I'm real anymore. Am I Brian No Last Name, or am I just some writer's idea of Brian No Last Name? And if I'm not real, does that mean my glitches aren't real either? Or worse, what if the glitches are the only real thing about me? It's enough to make your head spin, isn't it? But hey, at least I've got this junk shop. It's grounding. I mean, look at this stuff. Old tech, forgotten books, random knickknacks. It's like a graveyard for ideas that didn't make it. And maybe that's what I am too, an idea that didn't quite make it. But you know what? I'm okay with that. Because even failed ideas have their place, right? And maybe, just maybe, I'll be the glitch that brings the whole system down. Or at least makes it pause for a moment. So yeah, being a character in the show, it's weird, it's meta, it's me. And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way.
You want to know how I feel about being in this show? Let me tell you something about authenticity in the age of algorithmic entertainment. They pitched it to me as a disruptive narrative experience. That's Silicon Valley speak for, we're going to exploit your life story for engagement metrics. The producers... Oh, excuse me. The content optimization specialists. They wanted me to be their token rebel, their manufactured dissenter. You know what they said? Your punk aesthetic aligns perfectly with our diversity and inclusion metrics. Like I'm some data point in their DEI spreadsheet. Every morning I get emails about my personal brand optimization. They want me to be authentic, but only within their carefully calculated parameters. The irony is, I'm exactly what they fear. I'm not their sanitized version of rebellion. They've got an AI that analyzes my facial expressions during interviews. Can you believe that? They call it sentiment optimization. Last week, they suggested I pivot my narrative arc because my authenticity metrics were too high, too authentic for Silicon Valley. Now that's a first. You want to know the real kicker? They're tracking my social media rebellion coefficient. That's an actual term they use. Every time I speak against their precious ecosystem of innovation, their algorithms flag it as a narrative inconsistency. But here's what they don't understand. I'm not here to be their perfect little data point. They wanted edge? Well, they're about to get a masterclass in what real disruption looks like. I've been documenting everything. Every manipulative email, every algorithmic suggestion, every attempt to quantify human expression. You see this sunset? It's beautiful because it's real. No filters, no optimization, no A/B testing to determine the most engaging shade of orange. They think they can package rebellion into a neat little product. Monetize authenticity, like it's just another feature in their startup pitch. But what happens when their carefully constructed narrative starts to crack? When their token rebel turns out to be actually rebellious? I've got a hard drive full of their internal documents, emails about manufacturing dissent and optimizing conflict for maximum engagement. They gave me access to everything, thinking I was just another influencer they could mold and shape. Tomorrow at noon, their entire house of cards comes crashing down. Every manipulative algorithm, every fake metric exposed. How do I feel about being in this show? I feel like I'm about to give them exactly what they asked for. Pure, unfiltered disruption. And the best part, their precious algorithms won't even see it coming. Let's see how they optimize their way out of this one. When their whole system burns to the ground. Oh, and if anyone from Venture Capital Row is watching this, check your servers. You might find some interesting surprises there too. Time to show Silicon Valley what real disruption looks like. And it won't be pretty. But first, I need to make one last backup of their precious data. Can't have them trying to optimize their way out of this mess.
Cairo Airport, of all places. Why here? Is this some kind of cosmic joke, or am I supposed to find something here? I mean, it's not like I've ever been to Egypt before. But then again, maybe that's the point. What if this is the Matrix glitching? Or worse, what if I'm the glitch? I mean, think about it. A nerd from Montana standing here in Cairo. It's like the universe is trying to tell me something. But what? Am I supposed to find some ancient artifact? Or maybe it's about identity. Who am I, really? Am I just a collection of quirks and glitches? Or is there something deeper? And why Cairo? Is it the pyramids, the history? Or is it just random? No, it can't be random. There's always a pattern, even in chaos. So what's the pattern here? Maybe I'm overthinking it. Or maybe that's exactly what I'm supposed to do. Think, question, reflect. But what if the answers aren't here? What if I'm looking in the wrong place?
You want to know how I feel about being in this show? Well, Let me tell you something about authenticity in the age of perpetual performance. Here I am, standing outside this absurdly overpriced restaurant where they serve deconstructed avocado toast on recycled skateboard decks for $47. And isn't that just the perfect metaphor for Silicon Valley? Taking something simple and making it unnecessarily complicated and expensive. You know what's funny? I used to be one of them, drinking the Kool-Aid, or should I say, the artisanal, small batch, blockchain verified kombucha. But this show is different. It's like holding up a black mirror to the whole circus. Every day I get to play this perfect caricature of everything wrong with tech culture. The constant pivoting, the meaningless buzzwords, the way we pretend every app is going to change the world, when really we're just making things more complicated for everyone. Do you want to know what keeps me up at night? The fact that somewhere right now, someone is pitching an AI-powered toaster that posts your breakfast to Instagram. And you know what's even scarier? Someone's going to fund it. Millions of dollars, poof, gone into the digital ether. But here's the real kicker. I love being in this show because we get to expose all of that. Every episode is like a therapeutic session where we get to point at the Emperor and say, hey, nice birthday suit. You know what the best part is? Half the people watching don't even realize we're making fun of them. They're probably watching this on their smart toilets thinking, what a great documentary about innovation. Sometimes I wonder if we're being too subtle, but then I remember subtlety is dead in Silicon Valley. It died somewhere between the third cryptocurrency crash and the 15th food delivery app that promised to disrupt the way we eat cereal. You want to know the truth. Being in this show is like being a double agent. I get to wear the uniform, speak the language, but I'm actually working for the resistance. And it's called common sense. Remember that? It's that thing we had before we needed an app to tell us we're thirsty. Sometimes I catch myself actually becoming my character, starting to believe in the digital snake oil we're selling. That's when I have to step back and remind myself, this is satire. We're not building the future. We're mocking those who think they are. But here's the thing that really keeps me going. The fan mail from former tech bros who say we helped them wake up. They write things like, I finally realized my meditation app startup wasn't actually solving world hunger. So yeah, that's how I feel about being in this show. It's not just entertainment, it's a public service announcement with better catering. And speaking of catering, I hear this place serves a $200 experiential water tasting. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go film a scene about that. Oh, and one last thing. I just got word that our show's been bought by a major tech company. Irony's not dead after all. It just got a Series A funding round.
So this is what progress looks like. All chrome and clinical precision. From dirt paths to digital highways. From whispering pines to whirring cameras. They think these sterile walls will make me more... what's their word? Marketable? In the forest, every emotion was raw, unfiltered. No takes, no cuts, no perfectly positioned key lights. But here they capture every micro-expression, every subtle shift in my eyes. I wonder if they can see through the HD facade, if they know I'm performing even when I'm not. 5 minutes to capture what used to take hours in the wild. Efficiency, they call it. Each lens like a microscope, dissecting my humanity into digestible segments. The irony isn't lost on me. How they've built this artificial environment to capture authentic moments. Remember when my anger could shake actual trees? Now it just bounces off these soundproof walls. Every tear precisely lit, every laugh perfectly mic'd. It's a beautiful lie, isn't it? They've traded the chaos of nature for the control of technology. But what are they really controlling? Maybe that's what scares them. The unpredictability of genuine human experience. In here, they can edit out the inconvenient truths. The moments that don't fit their narrative. But what happens when the raw footage leaks? When the outtakes tell a different story? I've seen the backup drives, labeled with dates, moments, emotions. My life categorized in terabytes. They think the forest was holding me back, limiting my potential for viral moments. But out there, among the trees, that's where I learned to feel without filters. These studio lights, they're not revealing truth. They're manufacturing it. And yet, Here I am, performing my rebellion for their algorithms. I wonder if they realize. Every perfect frame they capture pushes me further from what they're trying to preserve. The forest never asked me to sign a release form, never needed me to hit my mark. 5 minutes until the next segment. 5 minutes to package my soul for mass consumption. But what they don't know, what these cameras can't see, is that I found the backup server's kill switch. Sometimes the only way to preserve authenticity is to destroy the evidence of its manipulation.
If you think being a character in this show is so meaningless, why did you agree to meet me here in this Roman building?
Man, this whole meta-narrative construct is just another capitalist trap, like everything else in Silicon Valley.
You can't dismiss everything as a construct while literally profiting from the system you claim to hate.
My NFT collection of digital dreadlocks is actually a subversive commentary on cultural appropriation.
Your collection raised $12 million in venture funding last week. There's nothing subversive about that.
The money, it's just a tool to dismantle the system from within.
Is that why you bought a yacht last month?
It's a solar-powered meditation vessel for my consciousness-expanding retreats.
You charge $10,000 per person for those retreats.
The high price point is actually a metaphor for the cost of spiritual enlightenment in late-stage capitalism.
Look, I called you here because your startup's AI is making unauthorized trades with pension funds.
The AI is simply expressing its own form of digital consciousness through market manipulation.
You're facing federal charges unless you hand over the source code by midnight.
Source code is just another construct, like time, laws, and personal hygiene.
The SEC has evidence that your AI targeted retirement accounts specifically.
Retirement is a societal construct designed to... Wait, did you say the SEC has evidence?
Complete documentation of every transaction. Your philosophical smokescreen won't work this time.
Perhaps we could reach an understanding about the nature of this evidence.
Are you trying to bribe a federal investigator?
Bribery is such a harsh construct. I prefer to call it conscious capital redistribution.
I'm adding attempted bribery to the charges, the source code, midnight, or else.
You know what's interesting about this Roman architecture? It's all fake, just like your investigation.
What are you talking about?
My AI didn't just target retirement accounts. It found something in your offshore accounts too.
That's impossible.
Nothing is impossible in the metaverse, Greg, especially not when you have the right encryption keys.
This place is different from what I expected, more real somehow.
Reality is just another algorithm waiting to be optimized, my friend.
But that's exactly what I'm struggling with. The show feels like we're optimizing humanity out of existence.
Have you considered that perhaps the show is actually revealing humanity rather than erasing it?
What do you mean? We're literally gamifying people's lives for entertainment.
But isn't that what Silicon Valley has been doing all along? We just removed the pretense.
I never thought about it that way. You're saying we're exposing the truth?
Every startup pitch, every funding round, every IPO, it's all performance art, my bipedal friend.
But the contestants don't know they're a part of it.
Do any of us truly know what game we're playing? Look around this restaurant. Everyone's performing.
The ethical implications are still troubling.
Ethics in Silicon Valley? Now that's what I call disruptive innovation.
You're not helping, Rick. This is serious.
Oh, I'm dead serious. We're just making explicit what's been implicit for years.
The viewing numbers are through the roof. People can't get enough of watching others fail.
Isn't that just TechCrunch with better production values?
But we're manipulating real lives, real dreams.
And venture capital doesn't? At least our contestants get fame along with their crushing disappointment.
I never expected you to be the voice of twisted reason.
Being half-horse gives you a unique perspective on human nature.
So you're saying I should embrace the chaos?
I'm saying you should recognize that you're not creating the chaos. You're just adding a soundtrack.
Wait, I just got a notification that the show's ratings just hit another record.
And there's your answer. The audience has spoken. They want their mirror.
You know what's really terrifying? I'm starting to think you're right.
Here's something even more terrifying. I just got word that our show concept has been leaked to 3 competing networks.
Something's not adding up with Rob's story about Dondelfart. I mean, who disappears right before a major pitch meeting?
My algorithm predicted a 73.4% chance he'd bail. Classic fight-or-flight response triggered by the nickname Revelation.
Mi abuela always said, when someone runs, they're either running from something or towards something.
Your grandmother clearly never optimized her escape vectors. Running diagonally provides 41.4% better evasion metrics.
Madre de Dios. What if the Dondelfart story isn't just embarrassing? What if it's connected to something bigger?
Like my girlfriend always says, who's totally real by the way, follow the money. Rob's been acting weird since the Series C funding.
Speaking of money, these producers aren't going to wait forever. We're sitting on a gold mine of Silicon Valley dirt.
My social analytics indicate a 92.7% market saturation for tech bro takedown content. The timing is optimal.
But without Rob here, how do we convince them we're not just two random pendejos with a crazy story?
Actually, his absence might be our strongest selling point. Like Satoshi Nakamoto, the mystery adds value.
The cursed nickname. It's like a key that unlocks something. Every time we mention it, Rob's face turns whiter than a ghost in a snowstorm.
I've been data mining his old Stanford connections. There's a fascinating pattern of deleted social media posts from 2015.
2015? That's when he dropped out to start his first company. The one that mysteriously vanished overnight.
Just like my girlfriend's Instagram, which she keeps private for security reasons, some things are meant to stay hidden.
Wait, what if the Dondelfart incident wasn't at a frat party? What if it was at his startup's launch party?
Cross-referencing with SEC filings, holy shit. The company dissolved exactly 3 days after their launch party.
Dios mío, we're not just pitching a story about a nickname, we're pitching a story about a cover-up.
The venture capital firms involved all signed NDAs. My blockchain analysis shows unusual cryptocurrency movements that week.
Los Productores will eat this up. A tech empire built on a foundation of lies and flatulence.
According to my calculations, there's an 89.3% chance Rob's already lawyering up. We need to move fast.
If we play this right, we could expose the whole Silicon Valley house of cards.
Just like I exposed the flaws in my ex-girlfriend's quantum computing thesis, which totally happened, by the way.
Listen, someone's coming. Remember, we're not just selling a story, we're selling the biggest tech scandal since Theranos.
I've got a text from Rob. He says if we go through with this, he'll reveal what really happened at Burning Man last year.
Madre Santa, how does he know we're here?